Hey, this is your boy Kenneth Braswell with 5 Flow, 5 minutes of motivation and not much more. I'm with you today in the frozen tundra that is Atlanta, Georgia, with all of the 1/4 of an inch to like 5 or 6 inches that we got in the state of Georgia. The one thing that I do miss about the North is that my body is prepared for this kind of cold. The thing I love about the South is that I know that this ain't gonna last forever. And so I want to talk to you today about something that has been on my heart to talk to you about, and that is 5 things to remember when your back is up against the wall. Let's get this 5 flow kicking. The first thing you need to remember when your back is up against the wall is to keep your eyes open. You know what? You can't fight what you can't see. I know you remember back in the day when you used to get into a fight in the schoolyard and you were scared of the person in front of you and you went into this windmill action, but you closed your eyes at the same time and you still got your butt beat. And the reason you got your butt beat is but you can't fight what you can't see. And so when your back is up against the wall, don't ignore the problem. Don't close your eyes to the problem. Don't turn your back on the problem because the problem's not going anywhere. So the more you keep your eyes open, the more you can examine what's in front of you and the more you can do about what's in front of you. The second thing, even though your back is up against the wall, you still got a mouth to speak. You know, no man or woman is an island. You gotta talk to somebody. See, you believe that everybody knows what you're going through, when in reality, no one knows what you're going through. And so if you don't open your mouth to tell somebody that you have a problem and that you need help, most people don't pay attention to other people's problems unless you put it before them. You know why? Because they got their own problems. And so when you got something that you need help with, you have to open your mouth and say that, hey, I'm hurting, or I'm lost, or I need some help, I need some advice, or I need company. Whatever it is you need, you have to tell somebody. Even if they don't have it for you, you have to tell them, because you never know, their blessing or your blessing may be in them, meaning that they may know somebody else that can help you. The third thing, and this is the biggie, crying wolf. You know, you wonder sometimes why no one seems to care about your problems, why when you post your problems on Facebook, you only get 1 or 2 responses. That's because every time you've been up against the wall, you've always cried that you've been in like this massive stage of issue. And so people are so used to you complaining that they don't even respond to you when your emergency is real. And so you have to be very clear about the nature of your wall. When your wall is made of paper, then maybe you just need to turn around and start crashing it so that you can break through it. But when your wall is made of stone and you're now crying, people don't respond to you because you cry the same way when your wall is stone as when your wall is tissue paper. And so you got to be real clear when you're having problems so that people can understand and gauge the magnitude of your problem. Stop complaining, y'all. I'm telling you, you think that people are paying attention to you when you're complaining? Yeah, they're paying attention to you. You know what they're paying attention to? They're paying attention to not paying attention to you anymore. So stop complaining about your situation when your situation doesn't need the big grandstand that you put on when you run up against paper problems. The fourth thing, embrace your wall. The wall is not meant to break you, is meant to strengthen you. And so recognize your wall, and your wall serves as a reminder sometimes for the problems that you're going through. It doesn't serve as a barrier to keep you from your goals. Sometimes that wall is just made there sometimes to keep you safe, right? Because sometimes we want to do some things that we don't need to be doing, and we need a wall between us and our mistakes to keep us safe. So embrace your wall. Make sure that you understand what that wall means and what it looks like and how you overcome this wall when it comes around again, because that wall will show up again. It may show up for a different reason, but your wall will show up. The last one to understand, and I think this is critical to being able to move forward, and that is the wall is not forever. Time passes, tomorrow comes. Your situation is not your life. You know what? The period at the end of your sentence doesn't speak to the completion of your paragraph. The last paragraph in your life doesn't speak to the completion of your chapter. The last chapter in this particular book doesn't speak to the story of the book. Your last book doesn't speak to the series of your life. And so life changes. You know what? Just like Lee jeans and Pumas, and I know some of us from the 80s still like to rock a pair of blue and white Pumas and some Lee jeans and a Lee jacket and some Gazelles and a Kango hat. But you know what? Sometimes those things pass away. But you know what? Sometimes they come back. And this is one thing that we know. Change is gonna come. Life will never be the same. That's unless you keep it the same. And when I say keeping it the same, meaning that you do the same things over and over and over. Just like this cold weather in Georgia, I'm very clear that it doesn't remain this way always, that the sun does come out. As the old Annie song said, the sun comes out tomorrow, and we're going to embrace in the fact that the clouds that are over us today are not always clouds. They're not forever clouds. They just happen to be now clouds. This is Kenneth Braswell with 5 Flow saying thank you for checking me out. Make sure you always shoot high for your goals, because even if you miss, you'll be amongst the stars. I'll see you next Monday. Peace out. Stay warm and stay blessed.